Good evening, friends, and welcome to yet another very exciting session of Candid Meena. And today we have, Salman Khan is resorting to desperate measures to keep himself relevant, and also the fact that Owaisi is now targeting Yogi ji. Uh, why exactly? We'll be discussing that, as well as a lot more interesting news in this particular session. Welcome, Lena. Welcome each and everyone who's tuning in live. And so friends, if you do like our content, make sure to hit that like button and share this video with your friends. Yes.
Welcome, friends. Good evening. And a lot of things happening now. And one of the most amusing incidents is that Baby John is making such a loss that I don't think this Varun can even show his face, in public anymore. Welcome, Priya. Good morning, sir and ma'am. Happy New Year to you as well. Lena says Salman Khan, he is old and needs to retire. Owaisi's ancestors were Hindus. Now, Baby John hit the big screens on December 25th amid some kind of anticipation. The action and some of the people were forced to watch that instead of Pushpa 2. Those who had booked at, Book by Show were forced to see this stupid movie called Baby John. Now, the action film is a remake of Talapati's Vijay's Theory, which was released in 2016 but failed to recreate the original's magic at the box office. Now, the movie is struggling to hit 50 crore mark after over a week of its release, and with collections falling below 1 crore, the game is over for the film. The worrying factor is that Baby John is they say, of course, this is all PR talk, right, is one of the most expensive films of his career, with the actor taking home a big paycheck for the lead role. In 9 days since its release, Baby John has collected 52.25 crores. The Indian collection of the film stands at 36.4 crores. It's likely to emerge as Varun Dhawan's lowest grosser, falling behind October and Badlapur. The action film opened in 4,300 shows in India, which is reduced to 1,800 after 8 days. In many regions in North India, the film has been replaced by Malayalam actor Unni Mukundan's Marco. So this is something very, very, people think it's shocking, but it's not shocking because everybody knows Varun Dhawan, can't act. He's in fact one notch, lower than, this Alia Bhatt or Janvi Kapoor. So these are all just Nepo kids who are just passing their time. And, to promote him, I was just watching this, isn't that channel called Bollywood Bubble, Jaydev? That guy who speaks very weirdly like that. Who's that guy who speaks like that? Very gay. Yeah, Bollywood Bubble. Bollywood Bubble, isn't it?
Yeah, whatever it is, they have
just give you 5 minutes. So this guy, he speaks like he's got marbles in his mouth, and he just went overboard while speaking to Kirti Suresh, who is one of the heroines of the movie. And he said, see, one thing, my best friend is Varun Dhawan, and he's the nicest guy in the industry, so he's got these marbles in his mouth and he speaks so, like Karan Johar, that K touched to him. And he just keeps on talking, good about any person. You even put an ant in front of him. If he belongs to Bollywood, this guy will say that he's the best insect in the world. That's the kind of, humor or whatever you can say about this fellow. And on top of that, he tells Kirti a very big secret. And that is, Varun Dhawan told him that, all the top actors were asking for Kirti Suresh's telephone number, mobile. Now, she was shocked on screen when the interview was going on. She said, why didn't he tell me before this? Now, madam, you're married, so you still want numbers of these big actors? And why would these big actors, I'm sure these big actors are all married, want your number? So there must be some obvious reason that they want your mobile number. So all this leads to exactly what Sushant Singh Rajput spoke about Bollywood and the kind of activity that happens backstage. So let me just take a few comments. Leena says SSR was murdered. Dr. Rajish says I miss Sushant. I'm a doctor. I know human attitude denotes his decision. On any important stage, he was murdered. Absolutely, Dr. Rajesh Roy, you are absolutely correct. And Monica says you nailed it. He's truly marvelous. Yes, and you should see, like, when if there's any man, any actor in front of him, he's like drooling as though you're in front of an ice cream parlor, and you're getting the flavor of your choice. I mean, this guy has absolutely no shame. We're just watching him for a few seconds, your skin just rips apart. Yeah, back to you.
Yeah, so that guy you mentioned, he's just part of the Bollywood PR media, and he is paid a huge amount to hype up these films. And what the funny part is, for Baby John, they spent more money on promotional PR activities than what they actually made from the box office, and that speaks volumes as to how Varun Dhawan's career is down the drain with the flop of this, with his biggest flop, because as we know that the people who wanted to watch Allu Arjun's Pushpa 2 were forced to watch his film, and the theater owners were trying their best to push his film down the throats of those people. And also Marco Unni Mukundan's Marco replaced this guy's film. So all in all, David Dhawan's son, being David Dhawan's son, he's given so much of opportunities, and he's trying
See,
his best.
JK,
Yeah.
yeah. The fact is that, see, David Dhawan thought, because you remember, David Dhawan used to make cash on Govinda movies, and he used to make, because Govinda is by nature a very good actor and he can dance very well. So his movies sell to a certain particular audience. Now he thought that he could make his son another Govinda. Now, if this son of Varun Dhawan, can't dance, can't act, can't do anything, how the hell is he going to become another Govinda? In fact, I found that Govinda's nephew, who comes on the Kapil show, is more graceful and has more
Yes.
humor than this guy. So it's just that these nepo kids are, making us tear our hair apart when we see them. What a shame they are. Yeah, back to you.
Yeah. So right now, there's a news that Shah Rukh Khan has tweeted in support of Amir Khan's son, acting in a particular song, and it's a which the audiences made fun of, like the Twitterati made fun of that particular song, but SRK said, "Look at Junaid, the son of Amir Khan. He's doing wonderful song." So you can see now it has become a mutual admiration society because there's no real organic fans for these people as we know it, and everyone is trolling them and or giving the right sort of criticism which they are not able to digest. They're trying their level best to push their kids to take on their legacies, and but the kids they have to have some sort of talent, right? If you see the Telugu film industry, the people, even though they come from nepotistic families, they are immensely talented. They can dance extremely well. They can act, and unlike the Bollywood kids who don't have any iota of talent, right? So right now, Bollywood is really in deep crisis, and we'll be discussing as to what the desperate act of Salman Khan is, right? So welcome, Monica. You're so fabulous in your comments. Love you, Lord, says Monica Shadul. Yes, the entire Bollywood are praising each other. So, coming to the next piece of news, friends, and apparently Salman Khan, he got a lot of attention thanks to Lawrence Bishnoi, right? Ironically, he never had a film in the year 2024, and now this year he has some sort of film, and right now, what Salman Khan is trying to do is he wants more attention on himself. So how what a better way to invite actor Ram Charan, Telugu actor, to the Big Boss 18 stage, and he promoted his where Ram Charan promoted his film Game Changer, and Ram Charan flew in from Hyderabad for the shoot, marking his second appearance on the Big Boss set, and he was talking about his particular film Game Changer. But one thing is for certain that there was a time when Bollywood actors used to call South Indian actors Madrasis, right? Very racial slur. Right now, what happened to them? Who is?
They want to pick up madrasis.
Yes. So this is the apt picture, right? Wearing a lungi, the South Indian dress with shoes, and you have Salman Khan, wearing it, right? So who's a Madrasi right now? Is the question. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, see, you remember, Boni Kapoor was very angry. Now, I don't know why this sudden focus on Boni Kapoor anyway. Now, Boni Kapoor is, trying to look and act younger than Janvi Kapoor and her sister. So now what he's done is he's put a hairpiece. Now his bald head has gone, and now instead of the bald head, you have a small hairpiece. So sometimes you wonder, oh God, who's this? Is this Anil Kapoor who's grown old? No, it is Boni Kapoor. And also he's lost weight. So now his, paunch has also gone. Now he says very clearly that he started looking around, for other women. Also his eyes are roaming around. And so you're 10 years late, Boni Kapoor, because after your wife died, you've been feeding everybody's backside. At parties, and these women have not, are not as old as your daughters. Okay. Now he's also said that, see, in Bollywood, actors want to finish the movie fast, and they tell the directors or the producers, see how many days are we going to do shooting, and how much money are we going to get, and all that. So apparently he was hinting at people like Akshay Kumar. Now, Akshay Kumar is known to finish his film within 40 to 50 days because that is the pace of his making money. He loves, I don't think that he has any other mantra except to make money. So now this guy finishes a movie within 40 to 45 days. And, what happens is that when he thinks that he's working very hard, a lot of people are criticizing him, and the biggest critic is Boni Kapoor. And he says that these people ask for an exorbitant rate and also want to finish the 4 to 5 films in a year. And this is what he does. Akshay does. Now, a few years back, Akshay appeared at the Hindustan Times Leadership Summit, where he slammed haters who criticized him for doing multiple movies in a year. He said, "मुझे बताइए यहाँ कौन है जो अपने बच्चे को बोलता है इतना काम क्यों करते हो? आदमी बोलता है इतनी गैम्बलिंग क्यों करता है, इतना पीता क्यों है, लेकिन कौन बोलता है कि इतना काम क्यों करता है?" So this itself shows that he's very, very upset with people like Boni Kapoor criticizing him. But the fact is that this man, leave aside Boni Kapoor, but we also know that Akshay Kumar is a very, very greedy man, and he is the biggest playboy in Bollywood. His eyes are always roving around looking for younger girls. So perhaps that could be one of the reasons why his wife is moving to London. And so here again, you see that in Bollywood itself, they don't, they're not friends. It's all just a showbiz, and they just don't like each other at all. Let me just take a few comments. Vinayak Sharma, Pluto in Aquarius, next 20 years externally bad for Khan species. Oh, if that is only if they are alive that long, you know how cool they are. Neptune in Aries, adding fuel to fire. Now, Lena says, don't be surprised any day these Bollywood actors will be acting in South Indian films. And Vinayak says, we are in rare historic times. Lena says, it was predicted Boni Kapoor would marry a younger lady. Let's see, time will tell. Welcome, Shubha. In fact, the funny thing is, Lena, I noticed that, see, amongst the two daughters, Shanvi The other girl, I forget her name. So
Kushi.
Chani and Kushi, yes. So Kushi does, in fact, Kushi is the one who resembles Sridevi more than Chanvi. Chanvi has actually changed all her features, so we do not know who she resembles now. She doesn't resemble Moni, nor does she resemble Sridevi. She looks like someone else. We do not know who she looks like, depending on whose picture she gave to the plastic surgeon to change all her, features. But the other daughter, Kushi, is trying her best to pose like Sridevi. In fact, some pictures that have just come into social media are showing her, in a semi-clad dress, posing exactly like Sridevi. So now I think this girl is going to give nightmares to her sister, because her sister was trying her
Yeah.
best to
So,
push younger sister.
this is the
Yeah.
picture of Kushi Kapoor with
Yes.
Junaid,
Yeah.
and they are
They
going to
also did
act
a
in a
song.
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are going to act in a movie, and this particular song called "Love Appa" or something like that. It has been praised by even Salman Khan. The latest news coming in is that Salman Khan has also given a huge shout out to this particular song starring these two nepotistic kids, along with the
In
SRK. So you
fact,
can see how, yeah,
yeah, in fact, there are a lot of pictures now she's posted through her PR, where she is, wearing something very flimsy, and she's posing exactly like Sridevi. So now I feel the two daughters are going to have a massive fight, because who's going to resemble the mother? Because ultimately they're going to make money only based on Sridevi, the mother. By themselves, they have absolutely no talent. So Lena says, extremely sad that girls don't realize that their mother's death was under suspicious circumstances. In fact, I feel, Lena, that, the discord between Boni and, Sridevi has been going on for a very, very long time. Because you remember, it was said that she had attended a party in Shabana's house where they saw some very unpleasant, people who were not exactly friends of India, at the party, and she was really upset and she was questioning. And this is the same questioning spirit that was found in Disha Salian when she attended a party of the top producer before she was gang raped and killed. So whenever there is a, sort of a whistleblower in Bollywood, you'll see that, ultimately the end is death. Yeah, back to you.
yeah. So coming to the next piece of news, and it's with regards to Canadian Kumar or Akshay Kumar, and apparently Akshay Kumar, is known to have had 4 to 5 film releases in a single year,
Yeah, which
and
is
he
what we spoke
addressed.
about.
Yeah. So what is interesting is that Akshay Kumar is trying his best to praise Modi ji also, and so by praising Modi ji, we have seen many other actors like the Kapoors meeting Modi ji, and then Diljit also meeting Modi ji. So all these people, they think that by meeting, the Prime Minister, that they'll get some sort of attention from the
Endorsement.
Modi bucks, right? The so-called Modi bucks. That's how the left-wing liberal media terms the people who support Modi, right? So this is a game played by even BJP. BJP is also cleverly using these people to spite the Congress as well as the left-wing media. Sridevi's insurance policy, yes, was such that she had to die outside India. In fact, Leena, if you remember, Dr. Subramanian Swamy also, questioned the insurance policy of Sridevi and her death. But after that, he did not take up that issue, just like how he did not follow up at least on these cases with SSR and Sridevi as well. Yes.
Yeah. Now, in a very strange case, another death has been reported from Kerala. And this time it is an actor called Dilip Shankar, who was a well known film and television actor, known for his varied roles in serials. He was found dead in a hotel room. And this is what the police said. The 50-year-old actor had checked into the hotel located in the heart of the city on December 19th for a serial shooting project. And he was seen 2 days ago by the hotel staff outside his room, a senior police officer said. Now, repeated calls from the hotel staff and the serial crew went unanswered, prompting them to inform the police. The room was locked from inside. When we broke open the door, he was found lying motionless. The death is believed to have occurred 2 days ago. According to the postmortem report, the cause of the death was internal bleeding, possibly resulting from a head injury after a fall, the police said. The actor had also reportedly been suffering from liver-related health issues, police added. In addition to his work in serials, he's also played notable roles in several films. Now, it said that he did not leave his room even once during his stay at the hotel, and his co-stars had called the actor on the phone but could not reach him. After which they arrived at the hotel to check up on Dilip and asked the hotel staff to open his room. He was found dead inside the room. Now, reports claim that Dilip was in Trivandrum for the shooting of the television series Panchagini. The director of the show informed the police that Dilip had been suffering from serious illness. While the nature of the illness is unknown, reports claim that he was receiving treatment for the ailment. The police have launched an investigation into his death. A forensic report team will examine the room. According to police's initial evaluation, there are no unnatural factors involved in the actor's death. There are no signs of foul play at this stage. The exact cause of death will be ascertained after the post-mortem, said the police. Now, a native of Ernakulam, Dilip Shankar has been a part of several popular movies in Malayalam. He's played important roles in serials like Amma Iriyate, Panchagini, and Sundari. Now, this is, see, what happens, whether it is police in Bombay or whether it's police in Kerala or any other place, what happens is they immediately say he's got some sickness and that's how he died. So, our police are so multifaceted. They are forensic people, they are investigators, they are psychologists, so that's how they'll all say. For example, they said about Sushant Singh Rajput, he committed suicide, with a small thin piece of cloth, and that also the bed he couldn't even handle. The distance from the bed was so short, and also the fact that they said Disha Sadian committed suicide, and that too naked from her top floor. So all these things are what the police says. Okay, so I'm not surprised. Even in the case of Dilip, just now we spoke about Sridevi. It's the same case in every part of India. Suspicious deaths are covered up first by police. They don't have anything in their hand and they say, yeah, this happened, and he's suffering from some liver complaint and he's been bleeding. Some doctor said that and some actor said that. So again, see, what happens is there is a lot of people covering up for these incidents because they would be involved in it, and why this actor who's only 50 died is something very, very suspicious. Now, Dina said, if SSR committed suicide, then why are politicians scared? Absolutely. So well said, And also she says that Akshay Kumar didn't say much for SSR after he died. Oh, yes, he did, Dina. Even before anybody came to know about the death, he tweeted saying that, I feel very bad in those words, some words like that, saying that we're feeling very upset about this. So he and the other person, what's his name? Do you remember? Another actor who lived very close to SSR. He also tweeted at the same time.
Yeah. Also, Akshay Kumar also said that if you remember in an Instagram video,
yes,
in an Instagram video, Akshay Kumar, pleaded with people to not boycott Bollywood with folded hands. Do you remember that video? I'm sure that SSRians must be remembering that particular video. So it was quite hilarious, but that's when Akshay Kumar downfall started. Yes.
Truth Prevail says, Ujjwal Nikam said in a recent YouTube interview that Sushant is a drug addict. How does he know? Now, first of all, I don't trust this guy at all. Okay. You remember when the Ajmal Kasab thing happened, nobody even saw the body of Ajmal, Kasab. And they said that his body has been handed over to Pakistan. Later, someone was saying that in some village, they found a guy looking like Ajmal Kasab roaming around. So it was, at that time, it was not NDA, it was UPA government. God alone knows whether that man was hanged at all. So now I don't believe this guy at all. And if he thinks he was a drug addict, that just like I told you just now, police were saying that this man died because he had some health issues. This is because they are doctors and they're psychologists and they're forensic people. So now Ujjwal Nikam, who is a who's a lawyer, must be also knowing all these things. He may be also a doctor for all you know. Now let's take a few more comments, Jaydev. Vivek Oberoi was lucky. And Lina says, yes, because he wanted people to watch his films that was going to be released. That time people were angry and boycott trend had started. Even Sunil Sherry requested not to boycott
Yes.
Bollywood. SSR is with us and all these people are suffering. Ria has stopped her video. You mean to say, you scratch my back, I scratch your back channel. Sunil Shetty. Yes, absolutely, sure. What you said is so true. Yeah, back to you.
Yeah, Riya Chakravarti is dating another billionaire, right? Nikhil Kamath, the owner of Zerodha. So,
No, but there also, Jaydeep, you remember there was a video showing him walking in front and she was following him like his servant. He was not even looking at her. I don't think they're even in love. It is just, the kind of relationship you come to know Bollywood is all about. So there's no emotion there. Even if you look at, for example, Kiara Advani and, her husband, they catch hands that they are friends, not husband and wife. There is absolutely no chemistry there. And you look at all these people, Alia and Ranbir Kapoor seems so terrified of Alia Bhatt because wherever she is, she may be 1 mile away and he's reaching out to her hand, because he's so scared that she will get upset. And just like a nursemaid, he's the one who's carrying the daughter all the time. This woman won't. But one thing I really appreciated was at one of the events, the way Neetu gave, snubbed her, Alia Bhatt, when she was walking. She didn't even look at her. And Alia Bhatt was going back behind her, trying to move her. So that was something that I really liked. So 3 cheers for Neetu Singh for doing that. Truth now looks like BJP is enamored by Bollywood, so no hope for Fadnavis. Oh my gosh, she'll finish it off and use this. But ma'am, how Raha was born before marriage. So whether the baby bump was really a bump at all. Now, and she was Neetu's choice. Actually, Leena, in Bollywood, there is nobody is nobody's choice. Everything is decided by the couple. Now, the couple will say, oh, this man looks good with this woman. They look like a very nice couple. They can feature in a Karan Ko Johar movie. Okay, then get them married. Okay, now the next couple. Now, Ananya and that other guy, Siddharth's brother, that apparently didn't work. They went all over the world dating each other. That, really flopped. And that didn't work. Otherwise, they were planning 2 good faces. Ananya's face is also good. Siddharth's brother's face is also good. Put them together, and then you'll have a wedding that will bring in so many gifts, that will make up for all the movies that they don't have. So that's a money-making machine. So all these things, drop away when, these couples break up and all that. But now I can see sheer anger in Ranbir Kapoor's eyes whenever he looks at Alia Bhatt. That marriage is not working. If Rabbit is scared of Alia. Money matters. They both are actually rich. Yes, absolutely. And also, see, if you see, whenever there is a couple, for example, I remember when Saira Banu and Dilip Kumar, even when they were old, you could see the kind of attachment they had for each other, especially Saira Banu. She's a very beautiful woman inside out. So you could make out that there is a proper relationship there. But here you can make out these are all, made just to make money, nothing else. This is really tinsel town. There's absolutely no, you can't touch anything there because the moment you touch it, it has already disappeared and becomes, gone into some other form. So that's why now, because South actors are minting money, now these people are shivering in their boots. Now Shah Rukh Khan doesn't know what to do. and he's coming in ads and he's begging people, please don't say, I can't drink soda and I can't promote soda. This is the only way I make money, or dancing at weddings. So this is now the only outlet for these people. For example, Farah Khan is going to everybody's kitchen. Tomorrow, don't be surprised if she lands at your kitchen and brings her, cook along who, she knocks around because she thinks that is her sense of humor, making fun of a poor fellow. So these are the kind of, nuts we have in Bollywood. Is it true that Alia's father did not allow Alia to do all the Hindu rites properly? Yes, could be, Leena, because they tried to, do something. Everything was absolutely mixed up. Rakshasa of Treta Yuga are in Bollywood. Yes, absolutely. Shubha says, even I think Gauri also tolerate SRK, all fake collections and PR promotions. That's true, absolutely. So on this note, we end the session.
Yeah. Also, one more news which is very interesting is that with regards to everyone is targeting Yogi ji, and apparently the UP government has directed the police to file an FIR against individuals accused of fabricating documents to falsely claim that a police post near Sambal's Jama Masjid is being built on Waqf land. And the Yogi administration has also mandated a district-wide investigation into all Waqf properties in Sambal, warning that without these properties without the documentation will face immediate seizure. And this controversy began when Owaisi alleged that the land for the police outpost belonged to Waqf board. Owaisi took to social media stating the police chowki being built near the Jama Masjid is on Waqf land, according to records. So you can see, everyone is targeting Yogi ji because they know that Yogi ji is the next prime ministerial candidate of India. So whether it's the deep state, whether it is Owaisi, or whether it is the Congress party, whether it is the left-wing Lutyens media, Yogi is the next target for each and everyone. Yes.
Yeah. Truth says judiciary needs reforms. And Nina says, good news, there's no Waqf in IOC countries. Then why in India? And Lina says also there should be police reforms. Yes, the police should first stop telling lies. Okay, we do not expect you to immediately come with a statement when someone dies and tell us that it is a suicide. Now we cannot hear the word suicide. Please give us proof. Okay, then we will admit that it's suicide. On that note, we say good night, Jai Hind, and Jai Shri Ram.
Jai Shri Ram.